Evening, guys. Welcome back. We are back with another episode 62. Thanks to everyone that are tuning in right now on the live. Of course, if you're watching back, as always, make sure you leave your score predictions down below. Make sure you leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. A lot of you that do watch the episodes or the videos are still not subscribed, so make sure you subscribe. Get in all your questions, comments. Of course, we can get into the Wigan game. Yeah, like I've already mentioned on the video, and obviously, like the title says, the curse continues. It's not the first time we've said that this season about playing an opposition team, but yeah, 35 years and counting. An 8-0 aggregate score of the last 3 games against Wigan, and yeah, back-to-back 2-0 defeats at which is now the Brick Community Stadium. Calderon's third defeat of his league run. Of course, 3 wins, 3 losses. Joined again by Neil and Josh. Josh, how are you doing? You good?
All good, my friend. All good. How are you?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, all good. So yeah, I was saying before, apart from the journey back on Saturday, yeah, all good to be fair. And obviously buzzing for another one tomorrow. Of course, I just hopefully, hopefully it's not like the last time we played against a team in London, because if it's anything like that, then fingers crossed. But yeah, Neil, how are you? You good?
Yeah, mate, all good. No change here.
Yeah, lovely stuff. But yeah, as you guys know, we are obviously, we were meant to do it yesterday, but not all of us could do it. That's why I wanted to do it, even if it was a day later, just so that all of us are here. So yeah, get involved in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Ben Gill, shout out to you. Obviously seen him, he stayed over again, sideways and backwards everywhere we go. We are called the Sideways Gas, even into Chris Collier and even into Charlie. Yeah, Charlie, I'd be absolutely buzzing because of course he got his score prediction right, didn't he? Of course he did. But let's pretty much get straight into it. I just want to quickly give my thoughts again, just after looking back at it. Obviously, I said shocking in the video. I might have gone too far on that. I still think it was poor in the way that it was just, there was no sort of intensity. It was too slow, too many. Yeah, like some fans started chanting sideways and backwards everywhere we go. But obviously, I get that it's sort of part of the plan in a way. Obviously, not as bad as what we did Saturday. But obviously, there were not a lot of forward passes, not a lot of movement. What was it? 2 shots on target, I think. Obviously, one big chance that O'Donkor had. Funny enough, I think O'Donkor had both shots on target. But yeah, it was just overall frustrating. I think I said it, when sort of 85-90% of the team have an off day, you're not going to get a result. Like, no matter who it is against, I still don't think Wigan were that good, but they didn't have to be that good. They just done the basics well. They didn't make any mistakes. They look dangerous when they come forward. And yeah, from our point of view, obviously 2 really crap goals to give away. Of course, another set piece. I don't know how many it is now. I'm quite out there on sort of stats, but I'm not sure how many set pieces that is now we've conceded. Comment from Charlie as well. Thought Soteria was looking dangerous on the left, got in some decent positions to receive the ball, but then did nothing with it. I feel like Sinclair would have started better. To be fair, I thought, I've already said I thought Soteria, O'Donkor, Wilson to an extent were the only ones that were, that I thought played well. I just thought, like I said, a lot of players sort of, were frustrating and not up to par for me personally. Start with you, Neil, first. What did you make of that? Watching another 2-0 defeat at Wigan.
Yeah, it's a tough one, really, because in some respects, something like that, a performance like that, is always on the cards, because you've got to understand it's ridiculously difficult for a side like we are at the minute, and what the amount of trauma that side's gone through from the start of the season onwards. So just going back up 2 games of wins is massive. It's massive. And they've gone and put in a really dogged away from home performance where they've managed the game really well at Cambridge. And then they've come in Barnsley and played a side that want to come at them and go toe-to-toe with them. And they've managed to navigate their way through winning that. To go and back it up against massively difficult for a side that's not used to doing those things. They're not built like that. They're not made like that yet. And what Calderon's asking them to do, the mental capacity you're putting on these players to try and keep doing this every single week and being successful with, it's ridiculously hard, ridiculously difficult. This is what I said in the week. Like, I'll be amazed if we back it up 3 wins on the spin, because unless you've sort of seen it and done it and been part, it's so difficult. Like, because they're not used to it, they're not familiar with it. They don't know. Like, it's all muscle memory and a habit, and you get a taste for doing it. And these lads aren't at that stage yet. And like the mental capacity these lads have to take on in training every single week, the way they're doing it, the way they're doing things and operating now in a completely different, higher intensity. It was a mentally tired performance. Like, and I don't think anyone should really go in on these players too much, because it wasn't for. It's a completely different conversation if it's about attitude and application. That wasn't the case. That wasn't the case Saturday. Just a mentally tired performance. It was just one game too far for them to be able to deliver what they've been delivering. So it was one of them where I just think you got to take your medicine and just go, do you know what? It was one of them. They tried to do all the things that they could. They didn't revert back to type. No one boomed it. No one got behind the ball and just bypassed our midfield. It's difficult because when you're mentally tired and you're drained and you do the ball retention thing, you naturally do go sideways backwards, and to the eye in the stands, it's safe and it's negative and it looks like you're going nowhere. But they're trying to do the right things in creating an opening by ball retention. But when you're mentally tired, you become a bit leggy. Second half was a non-event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Become a bit leggy with your mental tiredness. You sort of go nowhere fast by still trying to do the right thing. So it's a difficult one. So you can't really go in on these lads, I don't think. And I expect Calderon will have that conversation with him and say, look, on one hand, you stretch yourself and we just come up short, like I said, mentally tired performance, but didn't revert to type, didn't just boom it, didn't play down dead ends, didn't just bypass midfield, try and turn them round, get behind the ball, invite pressure needlessly. And if you look at it objectively, it 1-0 in months gone by, that side would have collapsed. Would have just collapsed at Wigan at 1-0. Stayed in the game, and by hook or by crook, that Adonka chance goes in. We're talking about a completely different last half hour.
Yeah.
Where you get an extra little bit of, you get 10-15% in your legs. You think, hold on, we got something to actually go and either hold on to, or we can gauge it with subs to we either go and have a go at this or not. But I think that doesn't go in. And then you look at the likes of what they've recruited Wigan with Norburn, who can dictate a game like that. You know, he's got a leggy, tired bunch in front of him. He can get it. He can go out the other side. He'll dictate plays. He'll be first receiver off his back four. He can just try and grind us down. And when he got subbed, I thought, hold on, we might get a bit of joy. And they scored immediately, didn't they? And then that's it. It's curtains.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think you can go in on these lads too much. It was just one of them, mentally tired one. And I can appreciate from the stands, it looked crap, and it looked like there was nothing going on, and it looked like they sort of waved the white flag by going sideways and backwards. But I don't think that's really the case. Yeah,
that's fair enough. Yeah. I think that the most annoying thing is there wasn't a lot of movement. I sort of get that in the way as well. Yeah, I agree with you. I wasn't. Yeah, it was frustrating. And like I said before, I think the style is there. We need to keep the ball. But yeah, it was just that little bit of bite that we were missing, really. Because I think I think a lot of people have said already. I think Ben said it as well. Is the fact that going 1-0 down really early, like, pretty much killed us in a way. Although for a lot of that first half, we were we had a lot of the ball, even got in some good areas. But yeah, I think it was frustrating just to concede another set piece goal. I think that's the most. But yeah, I completely agree, and yeah, get what you're saying as well. Josh, what did you make of that game? For your thoughts on that?
We lack moments in this side, and what I mean by that is O'Donker's chance.
Yeah,
that has to go in. I know it's a little bit unlucky, etc., but we are not a moments side. Other players and other teams that I see, they take their moments. You know, there are moments in every football match. It's why when you're watching a game that's like 88th minute or whatever, you always hear commentators or anyone say there will be one more chance in this game. They just need to take it. We don't ever take our chance. Yeah. And I was thinking the same as Neil. I think if Gats buries that,
it's a completely different game.
We are, because I actually thought at points like at halftime, I was thinking, do you know what, we could still get something from this.
Yeah,
like, I was thinking that we really were going to do that
all game.
Yeah, I think you mentioned a couple of players, Char, that you thought did well. I thought Hutchinson, I thought his touch was in. I thought he was creating a few good little moments, and then it just kind of nothing. You know, like where's the moment? Sotirio had moments and then did nothing with it. Like it's, and I understand this sideways and backwards thing is a funny away end chant to sing out, but at least we are actually keeping the ball, and at least we're keeping the ball for more than 3 passes. Like, you're going to get these losses in a season. I think if we beat Charlton tomorrow, that would be 3 wins out of the last 4 games. Like, and I'm not saying that we are, but I'm just saying there's context to everything. But we are a moments side. Like, and I can't help but feel like if Chrissy Martin is in that chance where Gats misses it, he scores it, and it's like, I think maybe if Lindsay would have started, Sawyers could have come on, and there's all this what ifs. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it happened. It was lackluster, I think is the word. We just didn't look quite at the races. We didn't look quite up for it, and it was weird because we had a week off. But yeah, I just think at least credit to the players. Like, they're being quite resilient. They're sticking to what Calderon's asked. Even if it ain't going their way, they know that he doesn't want me to kick this ball long.
100%.
And one thing I will say, since he's come in, we have created more chances with the style of play he wants. Therefore, the players are going to keep going with it because they have seen that it works.
100%.
So it's just the build-up needs to get better. They're not used to it yet. Like Neil said, it's not muscle memory, but there's moments in football matches, and we're just not taking them. And we have to because I honestly thought when I don't know how Gats' goal didn't go in. I don't get it. But if that goes in,
I could believe it.
We're flying towards that 90 minutes then, and that second goal doesn't happen. So
tired finish though, isn't it? It's a tired finish. If you look at
fair.
If he's sharp, like they weren't sharp all over the pitch. Like if he's sharp there,
fair enough.
Smashes the net, doesn't he?
Yeah. Fair enough. That's a good point. That's a swinger boot it, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. To be fair, he did look knackered. I think that's the only other thing I'd say is that a lot of the players, especially in the attacking third, like, were not getting close enough to him. I thought he got into some really good areas, Gats, but there was a lot of times during the whole game, let alone sort of first half, second half, where he just needed a few more players to be closer to him. I think that.
Yeah.
I think the gap, especially between Hutchinson and O'Donker, needs to be a bit closer. Like, looking at it from my point of view, anyway. And like you said, it was. I mean, like I said as well, it wasn't obviously bad. Like, there was a lot of moments where we had, a lot of the ball, but it was just being a little bit quicker with it. That's all it was. It just needed that little bit of bite. I think if we could have been a little bit quicker, because it was a bit too easy, wasn't it? For that's what annoyed, like you said, Josh. That's what annoyed me, is that I was saying obviously up until they went 2-0 up, I was saying like they're here for the taking, but I think that's where my frustration comes from. So I didn't think Wigan were good, and then we basically gifted them 2 goals, which is
that's the thing again, is they weren't necessarily good, but they took their moments.
Yeah, but we give it to them.
Give them the moments. Yeah, it's frustrating. It was a frustrating one. It was a chance to really go on a good little kind of run, break a little curse or whatever, and it just didn't quite happen. It didn't. He made less changes than I thought he was going to, but yeah, just tired and just a little bit lackluster and a bit like, well, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we say this every week, but Neil, what did you make of the 2 changes that he made? Taylor Moore out, obviously probably given a rest because he's played a lot of games, and Sinclair out for Soterio.
Well, I think when we spoke in the week, everyone could see it was only ever going to be a couple. He hasn't got a lot to work with. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got a lot to play with as far as the volume of being able to turn stuff around. So it was only ever going to be 1 or 2 anyway. But you never know the reasons for what it is. If it's niggles, if it's illness, if it is, you know, someone's in a red zone and you can't risk them. Because if they start going down now, like what we're on today, like the 27th. You're in number, isn't it? You know what I mean? So if they start going down now, then you're really obviously rolling the dice on looking at loans, and then you're looking at academy lads just scrambling to try and bring someone in for volume over quality. Again, you look at senior, someone like who's come in. Again, not seen a lot of him due to his injuries, etc. And you can give him a bit of a pass because a player is only as good as the run of games he has, and he's never really had a run. But again, looked off it Saturday, like
really struggled.
Yeah, distribution off, and then you've been playing in a system where Taylor Moore's not a traditional right back. He's filling a hole and doing a job, and
also senior. His main has been a wing back, hasn't it, as well? I mean, I know it's like a lot of people might say, oh, he should still be able to do a job in a flat back 4, but he obviously mainly plays as a wing back. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Well, I just look at him and I just think he's not what I deem as what I'd call a modern right back or modern full back anyway. Because when he receives the ball, his body shape to me always looks like I'm gonna go down the line. It looks like that's what he's been made to do. Like where'd he come from, Aki or something like that? Morecambe. It just looks like the model is. But if you look like a side like Morecambe, they're not going to be playing sweet. It's going to be turn them round and get up the pitch, isn't it? So it looks like, again, I go back to muscle memory. His first thought is what he's been doing probably for years on end is get it out my feet and turn us round. And he's got to try and get out of that while on the job. And it's difficult. And again, like I go back to what I said about Taylor Moore, not the most blessed, but he's willing to do what Calderon's asked him to do. And Calderon's given him a pass on. If you're making mistakes, I'm okay because we'll put something in place in the middle of the midfield where we can retrieve the ball if a mistake happens. But I'm going to ask you to play these patterns. Granted, he's not technically blessed to be that footballer, but he'd rather that than what I saw Senior do on Saturday, where everything's second guessing himself, going, I really want to do this, but I've got to cut in and then do what I'm really sort of against what I'm used to doing. And then seconds go by, your opposition can set the trap to try and spring on what that play, because it's not fluid, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. A tired, mentally tired, and then Wigan get a bit of momentum and go, do you know what, we can get after these today.
Yeah,
100%. As far as changes, that's one for Senior again. I've always thought with Scott, with Sinclair, he's far better to start than he is to finish. Some players are better off the bench. I always feel with Sinclair, I'd rather get an hour out of Sinclair, set the tone, build the foundation, and then let someone like, I'm not saying Soterio is this guy off the bench, but younger, hungrier, more dynamic legs off the bench towards the end of the game, rather than bringing Scott onto the pitch. I just think he's better for this side with his experience, his age, his sort of aura on the pitch of who he is, where he's come from, what he is, to set the tone and just be sort of and just guide these lads for an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty true because you obviously said that as well, didn't you? You did have him, in your starting team. When we done the episode the other day. To be fair, a lot of people. Shout out to David as well, Joe Morgs, Gordo in the chat as well, and thanks to everyone that's tuning in as well. Yeah, a lot of people have mentioned Rovers not having no pace. A lot of pace in the side. I mean, there isn't many when you think about it. What is it? Shaq Ford. Thomas is fast off the mark, but not overly rapid. O'Donker's pretty quick, but when you're there up against sort of two centre backs and obviously Wigan sitting deep, it's going to be hard. Obviously, there's Shaq Ford as well. Yeah, I think to be fair, what summed it up really is obviously I'm guessing you two seen the throw in from Senior when he done that, and then I think right at the end, Shaq Ford just completely kicked it out of play. I think that sort of sums it up. What was your thoughts, Josh? Because I think me and you, yes, went with Sotirio to start as well, and obviously a lot of people have we talked about the sort of fullback situation last episode. A lot of people have wanted Senior to start. What was your thoughts on Sotirio and Senior? Because I think that was Senior's not started. I think maybe 3 or 4 starts in the league Senior has made, and obviously you can sort of tell because in pre-season obviously he was looking brilliant, and then that I think that injury and like Neil said, the lack of run of games is sort of looked like it affected him quite a lot. Just sort of getting thrown in there. But saying that, like I said, a lot of people wanted him to start, including some of us as well. Yeah, what did you make of Rule and Senior's performance?
I keep putting Senior to start in my lineups.
Yeah.
And I was really willing and really happy when he started.
Yeah, I seen your tweet. You were buzzing.
I was buzzing, but at the same time, when we spoke about what Taylor Moore offers to the side in a back 3 capacity, when Sousa goes roaming, I then started to realise probably why Calderon is sticking with Taylor Moore. And as soon as the game kicked off, you could see why.
Yeah.
Because Senior struggled, boys. I'm not going to lie to you. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he struggled, a lot.
But he struggled. For me, if Jack Hunt is fit and available, which he is, he starts, which, not to allude to my thing later, but if you want a quality right back and what you want out of a side, he is that guy. You've kind of got Taylor Moore and then Senior is kind of the best and worst parts of Hunt. He's like the one player that does everything. I felt sorry for Joel because he's coming in and he's like, right, do this brand new job that you've never done before under my leadership and just go out there and I get it. I was excited to see him, but he did struggle because the thing that he's good at, flying down the flanks, unbelievable right foot on him, great cross, and it just wasn't happening. Ruel again, nice touches, nice moments leading up to the final third, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything just seemed a little bit just like off, and I keep saying the word lackluster, but it really was. It was all just a bit flat. Like I always remember Neil saying that with players, sometimes you need to play them into form.
Give them a run.
Yeah. So maybe Senior and Sotirio, they might get a little bit more of a run out now because we all know Sotirio's quality. We do, but it's just, I don't know. There's so many players now, especially in a smaller squad, that are probably chomping at the bit. If you're not performing, like they're going to want that start. Like you see Shaq Ford on the bench. Sotirio didn't do much. Hutchinson didn't do much. LT didn't do much. He's going to be wanting that start. So it's kind of at the place now where you've got to perform well when you're on the pitch because, there's other players that are raring to go. And I know that that's the same in every squad, but just felt like it was a little bit of a missed opportunity from those boys. But yeah, it's just, again, it will take time. As much as we don't like the word process, it is a process, and you get these boys into pre-season when Cowley can get them fit. Because the one thing you're never going to worry about with people like Sotirio and, well, maybe not so much Sotirio because there was rumours about him in the summer, but people like Joel Senior is, you know, they are going to run their absolute butt off, and they're going to remain quite nice and fit and ready to go. And Joel Senior's a Duracell bunny when he's not injured, so that it's different qualities. It's Taylor Moore, and then it's Joel Senior. They're totally different, and that kind of was shown on Saturday.
Yeah. I agree because the thing is as well is they were sorry, I was trying to talk and then
what was that, mate? You're right.
At the same time, but yeah, the thing is as well they were targeting Senior a lot as well that game.
Yeah, they were.
Every time they'd done a long ball, it was, and he wasn't very good in the air as well. So yeah, I mean, let's quickly have, before we get on to Charlton and answer a few more questions. What's your thoughts on the next fixtures for the next month? Peterborough starting obviously on Sunday. Stockport, Burton, Wickham, Northampton. Start with you, Neil, first. What's your thoughts on those fixtures?
Well, if you'd have asked me under the Taylor regime, I'd have said not a prayer, to be honest. But I look at this side, and there's elements of this side where you can get that Barnsley performance out of them. So I'm not ruling out anything. But I look at the Stockport one. I think that's probably going to be one that if you take anything from it, it's not something you look at on the calendar and go, "There's a point there to be had."
Yeah.
If you get anything, you do well.
Yeah.
But Posh at home, they're caving in like in themselves. You've seen what Ferguson said about them after their last performance. I mean, like they're fighting between themselves. Like there's points to be had there.
Yeah.
Posh at home, no problem.
We need to win.
That's a game that can be won. Yeah. Northampton, 100% a game that can be won or taking points from. Like I sit here now. What are we on? Like 27th of January. I've got no issues with us staying up. I've got no problem with us. Like there's no such thing as must win or 6 pointers at this stage of the season. I'm more than comfortable that there will be 4 far worse sides than us come May. Are we going to win every single game or pick up points in every single game and play brilliant? No. Purely because we're back in one of these transitional periods, and this squad does not have the volume to be able to turn out them sort of performances and results week in, week out. But we will be fine. We will be fine. And even if we get to the last 2 days of January, I won't be scrambling for people to come through the doors. You know what I mean? It will take care of itself. And the odd, even if it's volume, I don't mind. Just pack it out a little bit and get through to May, and then Calderon can do his work properly in the summer. But what he's doing at the minute is just putting the building blocks in place. And I'd prefer him to do that now than go, do you know what? I'm going to go against everything I stand for.
Yeah, something different.
And just get to May, and then I'll start implementing it. I'd rather us suffer a little bit, stay up, suffer a little bit, and then he can say, look, the blueprint was there. We did half a season on it. It wasn't great. It wasn't perfect, but the gist is there. Like, we're not wavering from this. But I've got no issues with where we'll be a League One side next season. Got no concerns with that. But as far as the fixtures coming up, I can't put win, draw, win, loss next to it. I just think that points will be picked up by this side.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, even to Ben as well. Tuesday feels too soon after Saturday. Be absolutely delighted if we get a point. Would be something to build on with a struggling Peterborough coming to town on Sunday. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're having a mare, ain't they? It's like 5-1, mine. Jake must have been over the moon. If Hunt's after the window, he must start. I mean, it's weird doing the whole thing with Hunt. For a lot of the season, he's actually been fit, and I think that's the most annoying thing about it. I think there's been a lot of talk that from Dan the other day putting out a post. Apparently he's one that they want to get rid. To be honest, for me personally, I'd rather keep him because he's out of contract in the summer anyway. But quality like that, we need to stay. And it's a strange one because, like I said, I've actually he's actually been quite sound, Hunty. I've messaged him a bit, and he's been fit for most of the season. like it's been a really weird one, from changing in the toilets, or changing on his own to it's been really, really strange, to be honest. So I think all of us would have. I mean, I think Neil, you've already said it. Would you agree, Josh? Would you rather him stay, or would you rather like him leave, and then obviously because he's out of contract in the summer anyway?
Jack Hunt, if he's fit and available, I will say it again, starts in every single one of our best 11s.
Yeah, 100%.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So, and I know there's rumours about, the owners are doing whatever they want. I don't know. I can't be asked to get in all of that again.
No.
Because I don't believe half the stuff that what I get told about the owners. But then I also, like, the decisions that are being made surely just can't be managers. Like, surely something is going on. It's too hard for my brain to handle. I just know that if he's fit and available, he should be starting. And he's going in the summer. Let's be honest. What's going on? He's not going to sign a new contract. Why would you? If anything is true, but he's quality, mate. Absolute quality.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into Charlton in a minute, but that was the last time he started. I'm pretty sure. No, he started at Burton. But that is probably, he hasn't played a lot this season, but he did start against Charlton in the other game we played, and he was brilliant. He was probably man of the match, or at least up there anyway. Charlie Keegan saying Hunt really impressed. And he scored again. He scored against you last season in our last win against Wigan. He was brilliant. I think he got an assist as well. Scored. He's quality on the ball. Paul Davis, I can't see us getting anything at Charlton, who are a good team. I'm hoping for a miracle. We'll get into it. Obviously, a lot of you will know about the, records and different records, hoodoos and whatever. But we'll get on to that. Chris Collier saying 4 points in next month. I think we need to be taking a few more points than that, personally. We can play Peterborough on Tuesday night. We have a very good record against them. Ferguson surely close to being dismissed. I'd rather him still be there. So I hope they don't get another manager in. Burton games worries me. Especially last season at home. It's just it just gives me flashbacks, to be honest. That, what was it, 2-1, and we were absolutely awful. When Burton, Posh and Cobbler, says David. Even to Paul as well, even in last, despite the close scoreline, you beat us with ease. At the Mem, not the happiest coach journey back. I think you'll find a stiffer opposition tomorrow. He said, hopefully. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the comment. Burton have picked up. Burton, what is it? 2 wins in a row, 6 goals scored. I think they're only, for how bad they've been, I think they're only 7 points behind us, which is pretty scary.
Mad.
How awful they've been. Correct, Neil. There will definitely be 4 worse teams. Owners telling Cowdy he can't play Hunty. Lads, what is the deal with Hunt? To be fair, his last sort of knock, he was injured, but before he wasn't injured. Chris Collins agreed. Ice cold Hunt quality. Hopefully Camille Conte is back. Hopefully he should be back for Peterborough. Something has gone on with Hunty. Gordo owners might be one more appearance pushes Hunt towards new contract. I don't think we'll be giving him a new contract. What Burton have done and got a League One proven centre forward. Something. I would have easily took that Bodvarsson. I know he has had. It's another one. It's one of those where you sort of have to make that decision, because he come to Wrexham, didn't he, after his contract ran out at Bolton. Didn't really play. They had about 4 or 5 Mullin, Fletcher, Marriott, Mofal and Bodvarsson. And he's got 3 goals in his first 2 games. It's mental. It's been a bit of a madness. But thanks to everyone that's still tuning in. Of course, keep hitting the like button. It always helps. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me, Josh, Neil. Follow us, Talking Gas socials, Fan Hub code, all that stuff. If you're tuning in, of course, after, then make sure you leave your predictions. I will also, I've got all the points for the predictions league up to date. So after this is finished, I will put them in the description. So, and I'll do that every week just to make sure. Yeah, a lot of more points have come on. But yeah, let's get into Charlton, I guess. I mean, let's cast ourselves back to the game where we beat them. 1st of October, Rovers winning 3-2 at the Mem. Of course, Rovers were 3-0 up and made it very squeaky. I think probably another 5 minutes, and they probably equalised, considering how good we were, but also on the other hand how bad Charlton were. Neil, what was your thoughts on that game? Sinclair, Lindsay, Wilson putting us 3-0 up. Mitchell and Godden getting 2 goals back, but Rovers getting the win. And I talked about different. Charlton are actually one of the teams, especially most recently. In the past we've had a shocking record against them, but 6 wins in a row against Charlton, which is mad to say if you would have said that 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, sum up your thoughts after watching them on that game where we beat them 3-2.
Well, Rovers' point of view, other than what we saw Barnsley at home, probably our best performance of the season, especially under Taylor's reign in that this season, was our best. And we tried our hardest to throw it away come the end anyway.
Yeah.
But this Charlton side, for me, they don't look anything close to being what a Nathan Jones side should be yet. He hasn't got them to what you'd look at Nathan Jones side to be honest. They're a million miles away from it. They look there's loads of fragility to them. They can be got at, they can drop daft points, and if you think of Nathan Jones, especially his Luton side, like they were all blood guts fun. They're big, strong, tough boys. You wouldn't get any joy against them, and they're a million miles away from that at the minute, Charlton. But they're not, they're not horrible. But I just think I look at a Nathan Jones side, and I just think you'll do well to take anything off them, and I don't think Charlton are that at the minute.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, Tom Butler saying, finally a team we got a good record against. Yeah. Hopefully it can continue, fingers crossed. If players are still here after Jan, you need to be playing them or using them as subs. Yeah. Josh is off to the cave again. Yeah, he's back from the cave. But yeah, Josh, what was your thoughts? Because I remember, after that game, me and you were buzzing. Of course, the whole men was buzzing because we'd gone on there was a lot of stuff coming out at that time saying, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that the other bloke that does sort of
Steve?
Yeah, Steve was saying about one more game to go, and if he doesn't win this, he's getting sacked, and obviously we go and win. Yeah, what was your thoughts on that game? It was a bit of a mad one, wasn't it? Because coasting 3-0 up, probably 2 or 3 of our best goals we've scored all season with the Scott Sinclair strike, Lindsay with a worldie, and James Wilson getting his only league goal this season as well, and then 2 late goals. It made it look a lot less closer than what it was, because we dominated and battered them.
I remember thinking, we're going to throw this away, aren't we? Like, I genuinely thought when it went to 3-2, I thought, how have we let this slip? When that final whistle went, I was buzzing. But
yeah,
I mean, Charlton for me, I know we've beat them like 6 games in a row or something stupid, but
yeah,
they always just make me slightly nervous. I think they've won their last 3 or 4 home games or something like that. Like back-to-back wins. Lee Burns playing into form. Like it's just they're just a worry. I don't know what it is. I always feel like our record is worse than it is. Like I said, I can't remember the last time we lost to them, but they always make me nervous.
So it's a weird one.
Yeah, they're a weird one, and without Marquis, it's like it doesn't always seem a cert that we're going to beat them.
And Marcus.
Yeah, no.
That especially that game last year.
Oh, it was quality.
Away at the Valley. That was brilliant.
I just find them a bit concerning for some reason. They always just play on my brain as they're going to be an issue, and I think that they're picking up some form now. I mean, look, they lost. I think it was 4-2 against Rotherham or something like that. But
they looked awful.
They looked really, really bad. But yet they still scored 2. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're coming into a little bit of like chugga. You know? So I don't know. I'm not as confident, but I'm never confident going to the Valley. To be fair, so 100%. I'm a little bit concerned. Yeah,
it's one of those, isn't it? Because like Neil said, I don't think they've definitely not hit the the heights of what you think they would be, but they're still they're plodding along. They're
always just there. They're always just there.
Yeah,
I had him being a top 6 side come May under Nathan Jones this season. I thought Nathan Jones would really get hold of this lot.
They can still get they're not.
I know they can. I just thought they'd be making a bigger dent in League One at the minute than what they are. To be honest. And I know they've got we're not even hardly into the new year yet, but I just thought they'd be there or thereabouts for the mainstay. I didn't think they'd take this long to grow into it, but I think you look at Charlton as a side, you got some. I think Coventry and Bury haven't played out of their skin to what they can do as far as 2 players you think can really get hold of games week in, week out. I don't think they have. I think, like I said, you got Campbell and Leeburn who can really turn a game on its head at the top of the pitch. I really like Gillespie, liked him at Plymouth. Thought he was a Rolls Royce at Plymouth, like a proper gun, especially as a left back. I just thought he was really nice and tidy and get you playing. And then you got someone like Godden, goals if you can get him playing. Daniel Kahn, who's one of them that he's an on your day player. He'll cross the corner. He'll either stink the gaff out or he'll be electric for you. So they got a lot of options. Charlton, they should do Charlton Athletic. You know what I mean? Exactly. They should be blessed with loads of options, loads of resources, and I thought they'd be, like I said, a top 6 side for the mainstay of the season, but they've not got to where I thought they would do under Jones this season at the minute. But that being said, with it being Nathan Jones, there's nothing to say they won't get there come the end.
Yeah. I mean, do you know what the most mad thing about them is as well? Their top goal scorer don't even start. That's how mad Charlton are. That Matty Godden is their top goal scorer with in the league anyway, 6 goals. Leeburn starts obviously being the younger one. What is it, Godden now, 34, 35. But we've seen the damage that he can cause. He was on for 5 or 10 minutes at our place, got a goal. If you give him a chance, he's going to bury it.
They got a bit of everything, though, haven't they, Charlton? They got a bit of everything. Fit. You look at Chucks and Ek, what a problem he is if he's fit. That bloke's fit. He's a battering ram all day long. Like he get you up the pitch and keep you up the pitch. He's just made of glass, isn't he?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's true. They've literally got a different type of striker for every
different player. Yeah, they've got a battering ram. They've got slender man up top in Leeburn. He's about 8'9". You've got Godden as well, who's just nippy and he's just quality. What a player. They've got a bit of everything. And now that Leeburn's back and he's firing again, I actually do think they'll go up that league.
Yeah, because he was injured. I think he was just coming back from injury.
I think he came back from injury, didn't he, against us, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, my God, look at the size of he.
He's a scary player.
He's ridiculous.
Or Leeburn.
Yeah, Leeburn.
Yeah, he's a big, but his old man was a big old lump as well, to be honest. But Godden again, he's one of them that he never looks fit. He's a bit like he's like a bit like Pittman. He always looks like he's knackered, regardless. Do you know what I mean?
True.
He's just one of them. He looks like he's got a caravan on his back, doesn't he? He just looks knackered constantly, Godden. But then he'll pop up with 2 or 3.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got a 96 minute. I couldn't believe that. I was like, Ainsworth would go there 0-0, and then literally last minute. And it's interesting. I don't know what it is with injuries. I'm not sure. Looking back at it now, I don't know how many wingers they've got, because when they came to us, I'm pretty sure they were playing a back 3 with wing backs, but I think they've changed it up a little bit. Like Thierry Small, who they signed last January from Southampton on a permanent, has been playing on the wing, like cutting in on his left foot, and obviously, yeah, he got the winner. Paul also saying the Rotherham aberration aside, we're finally starting to show some progress. In the last few seasons, we've been soft. I don't think you'll see that tomorrow, and Chucks will be on at some point. Well, let's go over the last 5 league games. I mentioned Shrewsbury winning 1-0, beat Bolton 2-1 away on Tuesday night, lost 4-2 at Rotherham. Yeah, I'm hoping that they can defend as bad as they did like that tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Drew 0-0 with Reading at home and beat Wickham 2-1 at home. So, yeah, I think they're 4-5 unbeaten at home with 3 or 4 wins and 1 draw. Yeah. And the thing is, as well, they don't concede a lot, even though somehow we scored 3 against them under Taylor. They do not. They've only conceded 26 goals. They've scored 32. Currently 12 points ahead of us on 40 points. 26 games played, 11 wins, 7 draws, 8 losses. So yeah, they're quite a solid team for the most part. Like we've mentioned, they've got quality all over the pitch. You know, Charlton, they should have. Greg Doherty is the captain. I remember pretty sure we were linked with him at some point back when he was at Hull, or just after he played for Hull when they won the league in the COVID season. But yeah, it's going to be a tough one. We'll get on to our lineup predictions. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few changes tomorrow. And it's interesting that, well, not interesting that I was there going up to Wigan on the coach Saturday, and I completely forgot we had Peterborough on Sunday. I was like, shit, I forgot about that, you know. And in the early kickoff as well.
No, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff.
Oh, it's 3 p.m.
Let me double check that.
Yeah, double check. That was mad. Yeah, there's that song. His name's Thierry Small. He hates Millwall. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3 p.m. kickoff.
That's weird, isn't it? 3 p.m.
Why is it just on the Sunday?
It's telly,
Wow.
isn't it? It's on telly. It's on telly.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't say that it is.
Sky TV.
It's got to be on Sky, because why would you put it on 3 p.m.? I tell you what that game is going to be, lads. Carnage. That's what that game will be.
Yeah, it should be a
Carnage.
bit mad. Yeah.
Say that now, I bet it absolutely stinks.
Yeah,
fair.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the curse from Josh is, yeah. And knows that it absolutely it's going to be stinky. Yeah, but yeah, we will be back for Thursday, 8 p.m. We'll probably get probably the same, I can't remember his name, but we'll probably get the same guy on that we did last time from the podcast. Ash, that's the one. Yeah, I've completely forgot his name, but yeah, we'll probably get him on again as well. So it's going to be mad though, that game. But yeah, we of course Charlton before we get into lineups. Let us know your lineups in the comments below. Keep hitting the like button. We'll get on to score predictions very shortly as well. But yeah, lineups. We'll start with you, Neil, first. What are you going to go for tomorrow evening's game?
Griffiths in goal. Reverting back to Moore, Wilson, Taylor and Sousa as a 4. Ward in Lindsay, screening that. Thomas and Sinclair wide of Sotirio in the hole, a Donkel through the middle.
Interesting. To be fair, that's going to be mine. I think I'm going to go with the exact same team. Yeah. So what was that? Taylor, Moore, Wilson, Taylor, Sousa, Ward, Lindsay, Thomas
in the hole. Thomas one side, Sinclair the other, a Donker up top.
Yeah. I'm going with the same team. Josh, are you going to go with the same team, or are you going to go for something different?
Going to go for something different. I think we all mentioned how shattered O'Donker was, so he needs to be having a rest, in my opinion. So I've gone for Griffiths. This is my controversial one. Who's going to be playing at right back for me?
Hunty.
Jack Hunt. Now that Dan Cargraves has confirmed that he is fit, he starts for me. So it's Hunt, Taylor, Wilson, and Sousa. And then I've gone for the same midfield pairing of Ward and Lindsay. I think Sawyers just needs to come out a little bit. Just have a little rest. You know, we're forgetting he's played back-to-back games. Like, just give him a little bit of a rest as well. And then I would be playing Shaq, Hutchinson in the 10, LT on the... I think I've gone LT on the left. And then Chrissy Martin up top.
Chrissy Martin up top. Yeah, I quite like that as well. To be fair, quite attacking. Yeah, two left-footed wingers, and then Chrissy. Yeah, to be fair, I don't quite as he does look a bit knackered, but I think he just got to continue with that. Yeah, just that pace and the strength.
I love
top.
Gats. I love Gats. I don't want him to do his ACL. That's all.
Yeah, just burn out. Yeah, that's the last thing we need. Just imagine that, Mike. Just having Martin available like we do. Yeah, kind of striker. We just got Martin, and interesting. So lineup. Get your lineups in the comment section. Of course, if you don't get them in the comment section, then make sure you get them in after the stream has ended. And yeah, let's see, because me and Josh went for a 2-1 win to Rovers last week. Neil. Let's just remind the people. Neil went for a 3-3 draw. That was a bit. That was a bit of a madness. I still can't believe that. 3-3. So yeah, get in your score prediction in the comments below. We'll go with Neil first. Do you think an actual good sort of record that we've got will continue and make it 7 wins in a row against the mighty Charlton, or do you reckon it'd just be too much on the Tuesday night?
I just think purely because of the sort of trajectory that Charlton are on at the minute, and they're sort of getting into their groove. Their home records, all right, of late recently, they'll be full of beans going into this, and they'll be expected to win. They'll be the bookies' favourites to win, sort of thing. And I just think it'll be another one where Charlton at the Valley is going to be a game and a result that won't define our season. And I just think we come up short. I think we come up short Tuesday. I say we get edged out 2-1.
2-1. Goal scorers?
I'll say Sotirio for us. Lloyd Jones from a set piece for them.
It's got to be a set piece, hasn't it?
And probably, I don't know, say Godden late.
Yeah. Yeah. 2-1 defeat. Yeah, plenty of you are getting in your score predictions. So yeah, get them in. Yeah, let us know what you think. Josh, go for you next. What do you reckon? Does that winning run continue, or are you sort of a bit, in the middle, a bit deflated, especially after that Wigan game? And then Charlton, the fact that they're doing quite well at home as of late.
Yeah, I think we lose this one, lads. I think we lose this one 2-1. I'm going to go an annoying Lloyd Jones header.
Yeah, he scored against us a few times in the past.
Because you know that he loves to score against the gas.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a Lee Byrne, I don't know, header from the halfway line because he's about 8 foot. And I think Jamie Lindsay might get one for us.
Yeah, Jamie Lindsay.
I just can't see us winning, man. I don't know why. But again, I've said this every time we've gone to the Valley, purely because it's the Valley. But I genuinely actually do think we're gonna lose this 2-1 Charlton Athletic.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those where we were, Wigan, we were all, pretty much all of us were confident. And then we go and lose, and Charlton would be like, "Oh yeah, we're all going to lose, and we'll win again." Well, that's what I'm hoping that happen anyway. But that's the thing, you just never. If I knew, if Rovers were, more of a team that you just know that could actually, play well on a more consistent basis, then it wouldn't be a problem. But because it's Rovers, it's like, are we going to win? Are we going to lose 3-0? Are we going to? Oh wow, I don't even know. I just hope we win. I don't want to go to London again and not win. But to be fair, I've got to agree with you two. To be honest, I can't really see it. I'm going to say 2-1 Charlton as well. Obviously, I'm hoping we can win. But yeah, just after watching the it was just disappointing Saturday. It just it doesn't give me a lot of hope. I think if we're going to get anything from the game, we cannot do what we did Saturday and concede in the first 3 minutes, because I think if that happens, we could get battered. Charlton are a lot better than Wigan, and if we need to go and frustrate like we've done there the last couple of years at the Valley, frustrate them. And I'd love to say a win, but I'm also going to say 2-1. I'm going to go with Mitchell. He scored against us in the game at the Mem. I'll go with Mitchell, and I'm going to go with Lieberman because he's an absolute unit. So I'll go 2-1 as well. So we've all gone 2-1. Let's look at some predictions before we wrap up. Chris saying, think Donk looks tired after 35 minutes as he run around like a headless chicken. 2-1 Martin. 2-1 Charlton, Martin to score. Tom Butler saying, I think the good run might come to an end. 2-1 Charlton. Eustace Keynes has gone 2-1 Rovers. Ben Darrell, 2-0 Charlton. Bruno, 2-1 Gas. So that's the second Gas head to predict a win. Love that. Lucky 7. No, a cheeky 2-1 Charlton, Lieberman and Godden. Paul Davis, even to you as well. 3-0 Charlton, maybe a Miles Lieberman hat trick. Charlton will score both set pieces. Ben Gill, 3-1 Charlton. James Dean, 2-2. And Ben also saying we seriously need 3, maybe 4 new signings. Be interesting because we've only a week left now. Hopefully there might be a little bit more news and for our next episode Thursday. But that'd be it. Thanks to everyone tuning in again. Like I say every time, appreciate Josh and Neil as always. Thanks to the lads as always for coming on. And if you Gas heads keep enjoying it, and if there's other rival teams, League One teams enjoying it, then make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everyone that watches us. We do it because we like Rovers, but also we get a lot of good support. So just keep up the quality support. I say it every time, but it is what it is. Keep showing the support, keep liking, keep subscribing, follow the socials. Make sure you leave your score predictions and any other comments down below, and we'll get to those as well. And we'll if there's any other questions, we'll bring them up in the next episode. But we'll be back Thursday, 8 p.m. I'll be at the game tomorrow. I'll be at the Valley, so I'll get a match reaction out as quick as I can. Hopefully the lighting on the coach is a little bit better, because I don't think we'll be stopping on the way back like we did for Wigan. But if any of you guys are at Charlton, see you there. Hopefully we can carry on the run. But thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks to Neil and Josh. And see you in the next one. Up the Gas.